My favorite book is Reporter Greco by Nikos Kazantzakis. It's a beautiful book. It is a semi-autobiographical book. It is where he writes about his own struggles. Sometimes he compares his struggles with that of other people, especially that of the prophets. And it is where I got a different idea about prophets, especially about Samuel. Samuel was the prophet who anointed the first king of Israel, Saul. And in Reporter Greco, Nikos Kazantzakis writes that Bible seemed to me like a peaked mountain ranges from where prophets bound in robes and tattered rags were descending, the howling prophets. And in that book, he writes about the struggle of Samuel. Samuel was always struggling with God and with his people and with his king. And now God is displeased with Saul, and God wants to install another king. But which Samuel doesn't like, because Samuel likes Saul as much as his own sons. And this is the king whom he anointed. But God has got a different idea. And God is asking, fill your pitcher with the prophetic oil and go to Bethlehem, to the Jesse's house. There you will find a new king. And God is telling them how you will know whom I have selected, that your heart will be leaping when you see him. And when he goes to the Bethlehem, the people are all afraid. Nobody likes a prophet. Prophets always comes with a message of doom, damnation. And seldom he comes with a good message. And the people all go to their house and shut their doors, and even children run away. And the elder of that tribe comes and meet the prophet and ask him, what is the news you have brought us, good news or bad news? And Samuel will say that it's a good news, go to your house. And when he goes to the Jesse's house, and Jesse parades his sons, and the elder one, and after that, and they all look handsome and very well built, but they are not selected. And everybody is over. And now Samuel is asking, have you deceived me again? He asking God. But Jesse says, I have got another son. He has gone to tend my sheep. And shall I call him? Then the Samuel says, no, I shall go to him. And Jesse says, how will you recognize him? Shall I describe him? I will know him sooner than his parents, his father and mother, says Samuel. And Samuel goes and he sees the David and asks him, David, come here. Then David replies, you come here. I will not leave my sheep. Then he is roaring, his heart is roaring, it is him, it is him. And when prophet comes to David and trying to anoint him, David asks, who are you? Then he says, I am the prophet of God. I am his hand and his feet and his mouth. When he asks me to shout, I shout. When he asks me to cry, I cry. And the prophet anoints him as the king of Israel. Actually, David has gone to tend the sheep of his father, and now he will come back with a big country as his own, the king of Israel. And prophet, who is the prophet? And Jesus says about the prophet something beautiful. Jesus says that no prophet will be accepted in his own country. And the opposite also is right. The moment one is accepted in his own country, he is no more a prophet. So the mandate of the prophet is to be disliked. He can now be liked. The moment he is liked, he is no more a prophet. And Paul says, prophet is one who inherits misfortunes. The question is, whose misfortunes he inherits? My answer would be the misfortunes of God. Is there anyone as misfortunate as God? Someone whom nobody wants, discarded, and who is wandering alone? And that misfortune, many people are there to share the fortunes of God, but only the prophet is there to share the misfortune of God. That is why he is also misfortunate. Nobody likes him.